over the past few months, you guys may have seen that Herman Lee and a bunch of other guitarists have been raising money for Jason Becker, and they've actually raised over $250,000 so far, which is absolutely amazing. And
hey guys, real life Peter Griffin here. If you aren't already following my meme page at Curious Peter, you're missing out big time. I post offensive memes and I'll be accepting y'all soon.
The new Ford GT. I used one recently in the race we had from New York to the Niagara Falls. And I'm not sure that on a freeway journey like that, I got the best out of it.
Yeah, you chose the wrong car.
You see, in my last video using it, I was basically just playing John Petrucci and Dream Theater stuff. And, you know, I spent very little time just making it chug, you know. So that's what this demo is all about. I'm just going to make...
Apocalypse now, apocalypse when? Is Armageddon upon us? If you're a doomsday prepper, you're already getting ready for what you regard as the inevitable, the decline, the deterioration of society.
So guys, my well is completely shut, haven't had water over the weekend, so the actual good equipment is 2 weeks out. I can't live without the water, so we're gonna pull it out with one of these and try to fix it. To place the pump down there or something, right?
Yes.
Okay.
What do you want? You want a roof? I'll give you. You want food every day? I'll give you. All you have to do is just sit in one place and be blissful. I will feed you for the rest of your life. Can you do? No, you want to mess up something every day.
For the past 25 years, you have not only been my wife and mother of my children, you have been my best friend.
Well, we have three issues that have to do with Mexico and United States relationship. Start with the wall. He can build as many walls as he wants. He can enclose that leading nation behind four walls because of fear and because of his crazy ideas. But what he will never, ever attain is Mexico paying for the wall. That's a different thing. That has to
tough, I know.
It was tough, but I did. You know, I called Donald Trump that very night, late at night, to congratulate him, even though his victory over Hillary Clinton was about the same margin as Joe Biden's victory over him.
Well, thank you all for coming. It's a pleasure to be here with you, President Calderon.
Thank you.
And I have a lot of questions for you. I think a key theme that I have is some similarities and comparisons between the US and Mexico. And my first question I really wanted to ask you was about the election that you won in 2006, which, as you, I'm sure, remember, was a very close election. It was one, I believe, you came from behind to win this election, and won it by a nose. And your opponent contested the election, went to the streets, claimed that the election was rigged. Did I say that there were comparisons? And then seemed to challenge that election. My question for you in the National Constitution Center is, how did you get through that time? You personally, or Mexico as a country, how did you get through that time? And was the way that you got through it, was it because of the written rules of the Constitution that you got through it? Or was it because of the unwritten rules, the norms and values that guide the country, such as, you know, conceding to an opponent? So I'm very, very interested in your answer to that question.
Well, I don't know if I understood perfectly your question, but the short answer is I won clearly and legally. And he never conceded. He ran again 6 years later, and he never conceded against Peña Nieto. He ran inside his own party and he lost, and he never conceded either. So I believe that democracy requires Democrats. So people really believe in democracy. And a real Democrat knows perfectly to win and to lose. He, with all respect, but he doesn't know to recognize their own defeats. of his own defeats. What happened in 2006 was a tie election. I was really behind. I was like at the underdog, even inside my own party. I won the primaries, very surprisingly for a lot of people. And then López Obrador was very ahead of me, like at 20 points in the campaign. And to the point that he didn't attend the first debate between the presidential candidates. He didn't attend because he says it's completely useless to me. I don't need it. I don't want to listen to my opponents. So I went to the debate. I won the debate, and the day after I was ahead in the opinion polls. So I won the election. He said that night that he had some opinion polls saying he was 10 points ahead, and he didn't recognize the outcome. His own pollsters years later on recognized that they had opinion polls that night, and his own opinion polls say that they lost. So that's the story. No, he made an incredible struggle in the streets. He blocked the streets in Mexico City. He used to be mayor with a lot of support in the city. And actually he blocked the Congress in order to block my own out of office in Congress. It must be in Congress. And if the president-elect doesn't go to the Congress, the Constitution at that time say somebody else needs to be called to replace the original one. So it was like a coup d'etat in Mexico, to be honest. So the congressman of my own party struggled inside the chamber, and I needed to arrive to the podium inside the Chamber of Deputies in Mexico. It was like a American football game, no? Exactly in the yard number 1. So we passed, and I made my out of office. It was a very important day for Mexico. Afterwards, he blocked my government a lot. It was quite a difficult moment, because I believe if such important opposition will cooperate in democratic terms, just recognizing, allowing the government to do its duty, we could make serious alliances with himself or with his people in order to defeat a lot of vested interests in Mexico. I'm going to